Welcome to Planet Pluto.
Bam! What's happening, good people? I have my thumb up there like it's the blackout. That's right, guys. It's the blackout. It's the eve. It's blackout eve, like Christmas Eve. What's happening, good people? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright, aka Key Lolo, coming to you live and direct from cool Cleveland, Ohio. That's right. We are finally... It's finally cool, and it's not freezing cold, it's just a little cool. So we are about, I think we're 75 episodes in. Okay, I'll get that number right. Oh shoot, what's up, Sneferu? So it's me again, your homegirl Ladosha, right in there, right over there. There she is. What's up, boo? How you doing?
What's up?
Oh, you are. What's happening, blacks? Y'all got y'all black on? Y'all, everybody wear black tomorrow. So we could just be like, black on, black on, black on, black. It's the blackout, you know what I'm saying?
The blackout.
It's the blackout. So you got Cheryl, Morrow, the hair oracle. You have me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright. And we are on planet Pluto Pseudo, right here on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. We're on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. And this particular podcast is called Planet Pluto Pseudo. And so in case you're wondering, where the hell am I? Get off your little, leave your helmet on because it gets a little hot up in here, okay? And so on this particular planet, it's mostly comprised of hairstylists and barbers and nail techs and estheticians and school owners and cosmetology and barber students. Everything beauty is right here in the world, in the professional world, our natural hairstylists. And then, of course, in our chat, we have our hair aficionados. And so what we do here is we debunk all of the myths and disinformation that has kind of penetrated or infiltrated, or whatever we want to call it. Somehow it has seeped into the professional world, and we are here to just debunk all of it. And in case you're wondering, give us an example, because I'm new, I haven't seen this channel before. So a lot of things that we've debunked so far. The top 3 things we've debunked is hair typing. That's number 1. Number 2, deep conditioners like cuticles being like Venetian blinds that open and close. We've debunked that one. And then also this whole thing about, race and hair, like black hair, like all black people, all white people have the same hair. So we didn't debunk that. So we do a lot of this cool stuff here. And we also have some wonderful guests that we feature. So today we're trying to get Mr. Sam Ennon in, and he is the founder of BOBSA, but he's having a little technical difficulty. So if we can get him to get his camera to work, then we will bring him on. But y'all know me and hair oracle, we can hold it down. And so this is what we do here every Thursday at 9:00 p.m. I think he's coming. I think I see a man. And so I'm gonna bring him in right quick. We're gonna do a mic check right quick. We're gonna take him out and take him back in. We just want to make sure he's feeling us. So hold on, let's bring him in. Hold on, girls and boys and girls. Let me see, where is he at? Here he is.
There.
Shoot, now there he is.
Damn.
Hello, Mr. Ennon. How are you?
Fine. How you doing?
Oh, you fine, all right. Shirley, let me talk to her right quick. Scoot over. I need to be in the other seat. Ow, look at that smile. Ooh, you fine. Look so fine. Make the preacher drink wine.
What's up, Sam?
What's up, Sam?
Yeah.
Looky at the chocolate chip cookies. Come on, y'all. Put that heart button up for Mr. Sam Ennon. Oh, my goodness gracious. Sean, you ain't tell me he was fine.
What?
Oh, he's so fine. He done blacked out. Don't worry, y'all. He coming back. There he goes.
This time of the day is terrible for me.
this time of the day?
What do you mean
Yeah.
this time of day is terrible?
Well, because I'm on another time zone right now. I'm in China.
What you doing in China?
Well, I talk to him every night, starting from now to 3:00 in the morning.
You in China without Cheryl and I?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what time is it in China?
It is exactly 8:00
In the morning or at night?
in the morning.
Oh yeah, he tired.
Oh,
Okay.
well, damn.
Well,
Well, you didn't tell me that.
oh
Well, for some reason, I thought you were in a different time zone. I forgot you're in San Diego. It's been
Right. Yeah,
so
you're so used to me being in New York. So
yeah, right.
okay.
all right.
Well, we here.
Well, we have you here, so we're not going to take you back out, So everybody in the chat, we got to give you a big round of applause now that I see that because if you was ugly, I was going to kick you off the screen. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. Okay. So we're going to let's give you a big fat round of applause because the audience has been waiting in the chat to meet you and get this interview going. So everybody, you guys know what we do when we welcome our guest. You're going to take your left hand, you're going to take your right hand and put it together and give a big round of applause for Mr. Sam Ennon, the founder of BOBSA. Here we go, guys. Come on, y'all can do better now. Come on, y'all, stand up. Come on now, stand up. Come on. All right, so this is hold on. One more. Sure, get her off that board. Get her off the board. This is a two-man, two-female production here. So if we're kind of janky, we apologize.
Don't worry.
So welcome. We are so excited to have you be a part of that. Yeah. So let me just put up I don't want you to think, Mr. Sam, that I'm the only person who thinks that you're very handsome, because there it is in the chat. Welcome, Mr. Sam. Fine, man. He's sure him fine, isn't he, everybody?
Oh my God. Don't tell him that.
We have to. So before we have you introduce yourself, we want to go ahead on and give a couple of super duper shout outs. Oh, Instagram is off the Richter scale. So what's up, I'm gonna get it. Artist, I'm just gonna call you. What's up, artist? I don't want to mess up no names. We got Washida from ATL is in the chat.
What's up, Rashida?
Let's get fabulous. We got Fresh Love nail bar. Okay. And Shop Net Love. Oh, I like these handles. You guys have the best. Might I just say Miss Ladosha? I'm all kind of cheeky over here. My brother is in the chat. Our virtual co-host, Miss Wike, is in the chat as well. We got LB rocking it out. And then we also have, I know she was in here for a minute. She was at the front. Dion, what's happening, Dion? So everybody, welcome. Oh, Misha, I was about to slide past you, homegirl.
You guys.
What's up, Misha? How you doing? Okay, so we got everybody. We got a lot of your cousins here, Mr. Sam. So a lot of your cousins are here in the chat. And so we understand that you are in China. So I'm Ladosha, Wright? I am Cheryl's left hand, She can't get rid of me, kind of like a booger, she just can't get rid of me, okay? And so I'm a cosmetologist here in the city of Cleveland, and I'm also a salon owner, and I'm a big fan and student of the Morrow family, and I'm also the co-host of the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. So that's who I am. So it's so pleased to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I've also done a little research too. So I've done my part. So enough of me being the chatty Cathy. Can you introduce yourself? Let me take down Mr. Sam Feynman, because that is not your name. We don't want people to think that's your name. And so tell us a little bit about who you are, but don't give the acronym away, because we're trying to let some more people get in the chat, because that's the question. Do they know what BOBSA stands for? So can you tell us a little bit about who you are and give us just all the background?
Yeah, it's really, we've done full circle, because actually I used to work for Claro years ago. Mm-hmm. I was a district manager for Claro for almost like 7 years. And so I've been in the industry a long time, a long time. Yeah. In fact, Mr. Morrow was our first guest speaker for BOBSA. Yeah, he was, and that was.
Now, what did you do for Miss Clara?
Well, I had sales reps underneath me, and in fact, we helped launch the Herbal Essence shampoo.
Oh, I loved herbal essence, but it smells so.
Well,
So
Herbal
fresh.
Essence shampoo was really a Clairol brand, and Dorothy Hamble was our spokesperson.
I remember.
Okay.
Oh, don't say you remember that. That's
Yeah, we remember Dorothy Hamill. Anybody in the chat remember Dorothy Hamill? Go ahead on and put that DH in the chat. So
yeah, she was our spokesperson, and then of course Clairol was sold, and I think L'Oreal or Procter & Gamble owns on that brand now. So, but that's how long we've been around, and I've repped all the major companies: Worlds of Curls, Dark and Lovely.
wow, what a
even California Curl.
Wow. Now, when you say rep, because this particular podcast is full of licensed professionals, and then you have some diehard, we call them our hair aficionados. So for people like me, like, what does rep really mean? Like, we always wanted to know.
Well,
like,
if
what is a rep?
A representative of various companies. In fact, the Dudley's reps, Dudley sales force, that's a rep. They represented Dudley's products, and they strictly call on salons. So big history of sales rep, but I repped a lot of different brands. At one time, I had 20 different brands that I repped for.
So rep mean, are you selling the stuff or are you taking
you rep? Well, most of the black companies didn't have enough capital to have their own sales, so they would hire independent sales reps.
Oh.
These independent sales reps could rep many, many, many different companies at the same time representing one company.
Oh, so did you guys get that? Because I didn't know that, and this is why we have Mr. Ennon on to help us understand. Because sometimes we think we know everything, but we don't. So, so the traditional role of a rep is that they're going to represent one company, one brand. But when it comes to Black hair care products, they will have
multiple.
Oh,
companies.
Okay,
yeah. And so what's so exciting about being an independent sales rep, because you have knowledge of all of the products. You go into the store, and then if you go into the store and you got a bag full of different companies, if they don't buy something, you can sell them something else.
So you're kind of like a pharmaceutical, because isn't that what pharmaceutical?
Pharmaceutical. My daughter used to work for Eli Lilly, and no, they usually have one sales rep for one brand.
Oh, okay.
Do that? No, you can't do that for a pharmaceutical company because they work for one company. But sales reps are very unique because they're very talented. They can change on a dime, and they got a gift of gab, and they love to call on salons.
Yeah, I think I want to be a salesman. I have the gift of gab.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we understand what it means to be a sales rep, and the difference when you're working for a major corporation and then some Black owned corporations. So now we got to know, because I know you get asked this question all the time, so one more won't hurt. But why did you choose? How did you get into repping for hair care products, of all the things that you could sell, as a gentleman, you picked hair?
Well, because my background is Clairol, and that's hair products. And I used to make my own brands. I made several brands before. And so I created brands, and I used to go and sell them.
Well, don't stop. What kind of brands? Come on, give up the tease.
Well, I had Off the Hook.
Okay. That's my middle name, Ladosha Off the Hook, right? Come on now, y'all know that's my middle name.
I remember Off the Hook. Yeah, I do.
Off the Hook, twist threads and locks.
Okay.
I came out of a product called For Mixed Hair, before Mixed Chicks.
Wow. Check that out, Yate. Mixed hair before Mixed Chicks. See,
right.
We always doing something new.
Well, and then I had another product called European Silky Wrap. I marked it after Revlon's Wrap and Tap.
Yeah.
What you say? Now, if you're coming up with these products, right? So are you coming up with them because you're interfacing with us in the industry, or is it because you're out there and you're just, you're on the pulse of what the consumer is looking for per, what the stylist or the store.
Well, I love creating brands, and seeing people get excited about it, because I try and go against the norm. Like I got a new product I'm just launching right now, and it's called Black Skin Cosmetics. It's just
Y'all heard it first.
It's blue black.
This is America.
Blue black.
Yes.
Oh.
Because 60% of the black women in the United States are blue black.
What you talking about? Well, hold on, wait a minute. I got to give my little clip. I'm sorry, Mr. Sam. You said 50% of the
60,
women.
60.
Damn.
60% of the women in America are blue black?
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you that. But
hold on, wait a minute. I got to do this right quick.
What you talking about? What?
She's good. She's good. She's good. She's really good. She's really good.
What you talking about? How? Look at the chat that got quiet. Everybody in the chat, like, when Sam Ennon talks, we listen.
It's true.
Now, what does that mean to be blue
sense.
black? We don't know what that means.
Well, blue black is a dark shade. Then you're so black it turns blue. And 99% of the women in Africa, the continent, are blue black.
Yeah, they really are.
And where do you think we came from?
Africa.
Right, on the body of a ship, and we were all blue black. We only change colors when the masters start talking to us.
Look, everybody on Instagram. What's up, Aristonia, Tisdale, the Nail Matrix? They're like, this is some good information. Have you heard that statistic?
I have not.
Wow.
But every time I talk to Mr. Sam Ennon,
Cheryl, you've heard of that before.
Well, at the end of the day, I probably heard you and my dad talking about that craziness, but you know what I mean? But absolutely remarkable stats.
Yeah, like, so we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know that.
And do you know why you don't know? So you can't see it? Because they don't celebrate blue black in the United States.
Nah.
What's wrong with us on the eve of Blackout? We got to change it to the blue blackout.
On the eve of Blackout, we learned that most of us come from blue black.
Wow.
It's absolutely fascinating.
Oh, guess what? We have now, in case you're wondering, Mr. Sam, how did you guys come up with the podcast specifically for the barber and beauty industry, as well as the consumer? Because we're pro the consumers, right? It's this young lady right here. Her name is Miss Esther T. Jones, and we met her here on the platform. And at first, it used to just be me and Cheryl. And so she gave us the idea to bring on other people, because I guess we were kind of boring or something like that.
Yeah, just put it on out there. That's what
she said. You know what? Y'all need to shut up. So can we give Miss Esther again? We like to give her a big round of applause, Mr. Sam, because this is an authentic build here, and this young lady really helped us out. So Esther, we gotta always say thank you. Okay, so now we have a backdrop of of what you did, and then also that you had your own hair care brands. So within that framework, I'm sure you saw a lot of things that, like, something different.
Well, most importantly, how did the BOBSA start before we give away the acronym?
Yeah, well, I have wanted him to tell us, like, what did he see was a problem, so we could find out how he got to the BOBSA. So if you could tell us, because these are real, because most of the chat are licensed professionals, and Cheryl has been pushing us to sell more retail. My career has changed exponentially. I thought I was selling retail, but Cheryl had kicked it up a notch, okay? So we're all wanting to know more of how we can do more of this, but we need you to tell us, what were some of the red flags that you saw immediately that made you want to form BOBSA? So stick around and we're going to tell you what that acronym stands for. So give us some backdrop into what you saw that made you make this power move to come up with this organization.
Okay, well, when I told you I made brands and I was selling brands to the retail beauty supply stores, which was dominated by people that don't look like us. And I was really frustrated because I went to store to store to store and they would not buy my product. And they would tell me to go to the distributor and I had to sell it to the distributor first and then they would buy it. But I couldn't sell it to the B&Bs because they just didn't want to buy from us. They wanted
You mean your private label brands or the Miss Clairol brand?
No, I'm not talking about Miss Clairol. Was no problem. It was just my own brand. Off the Hook is a good example, and then also for mixed hair too. So what I had to do, I said, well, I'm going to try and sell it in another country. So I went to Brazil.
He was like, wait a minute.
I went to Brazil because those people had nappy hair. And so I said, I'll go over there and try and, they look like me. And then I realized, I said, why am I doing this? This is crazy. Why should I go out of the country to try and sell products to Black people that I can't even understand what they're talking about? So
was this your sentiment?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
God. In fact, Black Enterprise did an article on that. Front cover of Black Enterprise magazine, saying I had to go out of the country to sell products to Black people because I couldn't sell them.
Now, was it that the Black stores wouldn't buy it, or like we wouldn't support it, or
no.
Who are you trying to sell to?
No, at that time it was 40,000 Korean beauty supply stores in the country. 40,000.
I can't.
And so they dominated our industry. But they didn't want us to be to sell them things. They just wanted us to be consumers. So they would really frown on if you try and come and sell them something.
But wasn't all that stuff in the Korean stores like wasn't it manufactured by Black people, or were they just...
No.
I got to go. See y'all later.
No. Maybe the 25%. But what the kicker was to bring them to their knees was when the curl became king, because all of the curl products were dominated and manufactured by Black folks.
Woo!
Curls, Frank Davy.
Oh, I gotta drop the bomb on that.
California curl. Okay. Leisure curl, Ernie Durham. And they would make them pay the money up front.
Oh, yeah.
I used to rep Leisure Curl, and Ernie Durham has so much power with his product. He demanded they pay up front.
Big time.
I got a check. I got a suitcase full of money, $200,000 for an order, and I wouldn't take it because it looks like drug money. So I made him give me a cashier's check.
That's why you're so fine, Sam, because from the project, he would have took that money and went and got some church's chicken or something.
$200,000 up front before you even got the merchandise. That's how much power we had.
Yes.
And that was when curl was king. And
so now in your representative role, the Korean store owner would contact the manufacturer, and then the manufacturer would send you, or would the Korean store owner reach out to you and then you call up the manufacturer? How did that process go?
No, if the product is strong enough, like the curls at that time, Jerry Curl, the curls, Worlds of Curls, Soft Sheen Curl, all of them had curls, but they're all Black companies, and so they had to buy from us. My product came after that. I mean, Off the Hook came out, and then they just got stronger and stronger and stronger. So they just put demand on that we couldn't sell them anything if you're Black, but you can go and buy products. So that's, and then I just really. So I was at a show once in Oakland, and there was some other Black beauty supply store, Hamilton Beauty Supply Store here in Oakland. He was frustrated, so we decided to, we should get our own organization. let's just come together, all the black beauty supply stores, and form an association to fight against that. And that's how we started it. And that's how BOBSA started.
Okay. So
really.
now can you tell, because everybody is like, we still don't know what BOBSA is. So I'm going to pull up you guys' website right quick. And so with that being said, can you share with us what does BOBSA, that's BOBSA, am I correct?
Yes. It's Black-owned beauty supply.
Okay, and what is Black-owned beauty supply?
Association.
Oh, Black-owned beauty supply association. Okay, all right, let me just bring that. So you put this organization together for the purpose of
organizing, getting more stores, support each other in our own community. We've opened up 1,000 stores over the last 20 years. I work on three to four stores every 6 months, new stores.
Wow. Now, is this just in America, or are you looking to take it abroad in other countries? I mean, I know you said you went to, Brazil initially, but or is this just America?
No, just in our hood here in the United States.
Okay.
We're just focusing on that. But it's exciting. It's just a joy to do this.
So now, are you acting as a consultant? So say if someone, because we do have, like, I've really, I know I like sales. I never thought I'd say this as a cosmetologist, but I do. I love to sell. So say if someone was interested in having a beauty supply store, so would you consult with them, or do they have to open up first and then become a member?
No, they come to us and we walk them through the process. We help them even find a location. We help them with all the products that they need. We help them with get a POS system. We help them get all the hair that they need. So it's a turnkey. I mean, we make them do the work, but we guide them through the process.
Now, are you finding that Black consumers are having a hard time trusting Black-owned beauty supply stores? Is there a competition? I know people don't like to use that word, but I'm just asking for a friend.
I don't understand that statement. No, we want to buy Black.
We want to buy, but I'm saying, like there are some Black-owned beauty supply stores like in the greater Cleveland area, but they seem to be struggling a little bit compared to, I don't know, when did I don't know, are they Pakistanians or I don't know what they are, but I call them Habib and them. I'm from the projects, leave me alone, okay? So we got Habib and them, so they have a lot of beauty supply stores, but it was Asians, but now you see a lot of Middle Easterners.
Well, yeah, let me give you a little history on that.
Okay, here we go. Got take notes now. Come on now.
The first beauty supply store owners in the Black community was the Jews.
What?
Yeah, the Jewish. What? Okay, and then the Jews, they didn't have beauty supply stores; they had drugstores, and their stores they started carrying more beauty products. Okay, and then after they left, then we took over again, Blacks. Okay, and then after they left, the Koreans came in. The Koreans came in because of the Korean conflict, the Korean war debt. And so they got funded through the United States government to open up their businesses anywhere in the United States. And they chose, of course, most vulnerable is our community. And the same thing with the Vietnamese War, same thing.
Did anybody in the chat know this? I feel like I've been
let me just finish. The Vietnamese came in and took over the nail business. And that's why in the beginning, a lot of nail technicians were getting to learn how to do that in the beauty schools. But they, when they finally got out there, they just couldn't compete because the Vietnamese was charging so low price, $10, and so now they control that market. So it's after a conflict that the United States have usually, and they bring refugees in and they pay them to come in and start their business.
I thought that was the chat is like, we are all speechless. I mean, this is, you know what, Esther, we can get your answer. You some flowers. I'm sorry.
Just take us off the.
Take us off the thing. Okay, stop. I'm sorry. I'm so flabbergasted. I'm at a loss for words. So we got a lot of questions in the chat. All right. So Esther, let me put yours down. Let's come back up to this one here. So the question, I know everybody in the chat is like, I can't even. Let me shut up. Okay. All right. So here's the question. So if you want to open a black beauty shop, a beauty salon, are you speaking of a beauty store, WK? Because you said beauty shop. So he does beauty supply store.
It's a supply store because you wouldn't call him first.
Okay. All right. So would they contact you first, or do you think they should just?
No, they can reach out to us. You know, our telephone number is on our website, BOBSA.org. We're easy to talk to. We walk them through the process. If they want the traditional beauty supply store size is about 1,400 square feet, and it'll run you.
Not bad.
Yeah, 1,400 square feet, and it'll run you anywhere from 50,000 to 60,000 on the low end, and then the inventory is about 60% hair. That's weave hair, braiding hair, etc. So if your inventory is 50,000, so 60% of that's going to be in hair. That's where the numbers are. Because, the shampoos, usually the retail, $5 or $6, but the hair bundles, they run anywhere from $30 to $40. So that's where you make the volume in a beauty supply store is the hair.
Wow. Okay.
Because Esther had put Esther's question.
Yeah, I was gonna put it back. Yeah, I just wanted to get that. I got
very important question. And let me just say this. Let me go back to what you said in terms of the blackout. Why we are actually on tonight in terms of being pre-blackout, and we wanted to make sure that why this tomorrow is important and why March with Jamal Bryant and Nina Turner in the East Coast, what they're doing also, and we want to.
Before you get that, Cheryl, finish that up, and then we got to get them to hit that thumbs up button because weekday is like hit the thumbs up button. So give us a segue into what you're going to say about why we should do this economic blackout, and then I'm going to hit it.
Okay, and just us connecting the dots, because that is so important as we make sure that while we're on tonight. And so you've given us some history, and I think Esther's question is where we go from here with the new buying behavior that we are going to discuss tonight. So y'all, come on now.
Okay, now hit this. Y'all got to hit this thumbs up button right now, or else we ain't going to come over to y'all house, and y'all won't none of that Boston, finger point, okay? So y'all know what to do to help change the narrative about the economic blackout, boycott, or should we buy? And where we are with the incomparable Mr. Sam Ennon, the founder of BOBSA. So Cheryl, tell them what they need to do right now. Here we go, guys.
Take your finger.
All right, so please hit that thumbs up button. Nobody is giving it to you the pure and unadulterated facts about what's happening behind the scenes in the barber and beauty industry than the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. We are here again with the incomparable Mr. Sam Ennon, the founder of BOBSA, and boy, has he been giving us some serious Black history. But Cheryl wants to move the needle as we enter the first phase of the economic blackout, which starts tomorrow. We are not to buy anything. So Cheryl, let me show a clip just so people can where we at? What we not supposed to be doing? So here's a little clip of who to boycott tomorrow. Right quick, here we go.
Corporations. We are not buying from Target, Walmart, Superstores, Home Depot, etc. The mom and pop shop down the street, can you go to it? Yes. Can you go to IHOP? No. McDonald's? No. Taco Bell? No. So many of you in the comments are saying, I can't do that. It won't work. Y'all, I'm telling you, one day Do not shop at a large corporation. This one day can take millions away from a company, just like they've stolen money from us over the years. A lot of you are saying,
come on.
All right. Okay. So Cheryl, take it away, and then we're going to have Sam give us some more, backdrop, and then we're going to get into Esther's question as we move this needle. And again, we appreciate all of the support you guys are giving us. The chat is looking real juicy right about now. And so Cheryl, take it away.
Yeah, and one thing you said very clear is that when we talk about, because we know what happened and what we didn't do and blase, and all the problems we have, but you said something very key, Sam, is that when we had the power, what element in that power that you were talking about that was distinctive, that gave Black manufacturers the edge, not just the edge in terms of leading with style and all that, in the buying behind the scenes real business infrastructure, as you as a rep, what made you have all of that cash in that suitcase, and these CEOs who were Black, what made them able to have that Black power? Was it a trend? Was it an economics? Was it we had power over the whole process? What was it?
We were organized, ABBA, American Beauty Association.
Can you say that again? It kind of blinked out.
American. It's
ABBA.
American Health and Beauty Association. And they had, each one of those manufacturers was part of that association, and they would put the proud lady on the back of the package. And customers would come in and they would look for the lady in the back of the package. That way identified that was a Black company. That was power. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we could have just taken that. We were there now. But I mean, can you imagine? I mean,
but because
what does it stand for again? American Beauty. What was that?
American Health.
American Health and Beauty Association.
Oh, American.
ABBA.
Is anybody in the chat familiar with this American Health and Beauty Association? And this is why we need to have you on, because a lot of us, we are not aware.
Okay, and that was started by what Lafayette and Jerry.
Lafayette Jones
and Jerry. Right. And so, and I will try to get them on next
Lafayette,
week.
Yeah, because that was
I speak to him periodically.
That was power. I mean, it was really. Your dad was a member of the company organization too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember going to the award ceremonies once a year.
Yeah.
As a kid, and let me just say this, and as this is to Esther's question. The question is that she put the relaxer first, and then
I'm going back to that right quick. Go ahead.
And then the curl, and so I think that she's got some timeline. That's not the question. It was
I'm getting it. Okay, sure. Like, hurry up, Lolo. I'm sorry.
But
you guys are good. You guys are good.
Put for her question and for our audience, put it back in chronological order, because of course we believe that the relaxer built the beauty real juggernaut that we know it of past, but you're saying it was the curl.
So her question is, in case you guys are just listening, maybe you're frying some chicken or something.
Let me just say one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
The reason the curl was king, because anytime you have a style where men and women are going to the stylist to get their hair done, it just blows it up.
It was transgender.
Right.
Not transgender, but it was multiple gender. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the question Esther says is, first it was the relaxer, then the curl. She wants to know, what will the next advance in chemical hair alterations be in your opinion? And as you answer that, Cheryl wants you to take us through the proper timeline of which chemical was first. Was it the curl? Was it the relaxer? Kind of walk us through that a little bit.
You want me to do it?
Yes, we want you
Yes,
to do
because us don't know it, you know.
it. I mean, I know it, but go ahead. We would like to get your perspective.
But well, first remember, oh God, that's kind of hard to do. I mean, when I came in at the curl time. I didn't come in, and then there was, of course, the natural came in.
The Afro, yeah.
The Afro, which I just did an article on what is it, Soul Train, how that really helped the various styles, not only in hairstyles, but clothes and all of the wear, the way we talk, the way we walk. I mean, that really put us up front on that, And then the natural came in, and after the natural, I think, was it the curl after the natural?
Yes, it was the curl after that.
Right. And
it was kind of like an interlude in there because it was the Afro and then the blowout.
Right. Now we have the Afro back now. Okay?
Yeah.
Now are we saying history is going to repeat itself by the curl coming back?
Yep. We gonna get it back because that's me. Kilolo was telling me this morning. Get it.
I'm trying to, Mr. Ennon. When I tell you I do so much, that's my favorite service, number one. I'm determined by I don't need anybody. I could do this. Okay. I have so many. I have customers that fly in. I'm not even joking. From seriously, from like Puerto Rico, they travel. Yes, they come from all over for me to do their cold wave perm service. So I would, Esther, what do you think is going to be next? Because nothing has been done since the California curl. Now we know we have the Gina curl, and so
well, there's a lady and that's a member of BOBSA. She's in Kansas City, and she can't keep her. I mean, she's so busy. She's doing all curl way. I mean, she's just really busy. She's doing curls like great. So that tells you history will repeat itself from the natural styles back to the curls.
Oh, did y'all hear that? They coming back.
Probably the curl is the technology is probably gonna be better this time.
Absolutely. I think we were there. What was I think we were there in 2007 with just in terms of whatever Dad was doing in terms of California Green. We were there and we were selling. And I just like to think that with our commitment.
So you're foreseeing that the cold wave, or just let's say the curl service, will come back, but differently. That's what you see.
Yeah. Well, remember leisure curl, because the curl really died out when Michael Jackson got his hair caught on fire.
And when the soul glow. We can't forget Eddie Murphy's Coming to America when they got up off the couch. Y'all remember that? Yeah.
So that really killed it. But then leisure curl came out with their leisure curl, and it just blew up because it was a dry curl, I think. And it wasn't
most people don't remember the dry curl era, because the dry curl era, you're right, because the
Hawaiian Silky had the dry. That's the one that I'm using now. Because you can't find it. I mean, we had the
leisure curl was it though. I mean, leisure curl had
it was. Yeah, and leisure curl I think was very labor intensive because you had to roll it with a mesh roller. It was a different kind of roller process on the mesh roller. It wasn't a rod.
I lost a customer like that. She wanted me to do it with the roller, but I had never heard of that before. She let me do it the traditional way. I miss her, but she didn't come back. But I didn't know that. So,
but you know what sold the leisure curl? It wasn't the process of it or the service. It was the maintenance products. The maintenance products is what really blew it up. If you think. The maintenance product wasn't the services.
So can you now? All of us don't know what the leisure curl. So can you just give us a little backdrop on the leisure curl, and then we're gonna go just a little bit more into what you see in the future of what this new curl could, or maybe should look like.
Well, now I'm not a hairstylist. I'm a salesperson.
Okay. So you just sold the goods.
Cheryl could probably give you a little more background on that than I can, because I don't know the chemical makeup, and I just I sell products.
Okay, but you saw the retail with the leisure curl.
Well, because the way with the way Ernie marketed. What he would do is he would have curlathons, and it's a free curlathon. You come and get your hair curled, and he would give you. I mean, you get the hair curled, and you would have, the only thing you had to pay for is the maintenance products. So that's what he did.
And I can actually
kind of like that iPhone, like the cell, they give you the phone and then I see.
Yeah, because I can remember, and I'll just be honest, that I believe Leisure Curl gave the curl an additional maybe 3 years.
Exactly.
I remember that. Yeah.
You said it,
what'd you say?
You said that the Leisure Curl did what?
The Leisure Curl gave
curl more life,
more longevity, as it was coming to an arc. I believe that Leisure Curl gave it a little more lift and gave us additional three years, because it had it was on it met the dry curl era with the okay. And I remember at that point, I know Wave Nouveau was in that slot maybe first, but Leisure Curl completely took it to a whole nother level. And then
that's the way he marketed.
Yeah,
he marketed directly to the salon, and you could not buy it in a beauty supply store.
Yeah. Now, once again,
I was going to ask you, can we go there just a little bit? But go ahead, Cheryl.
No, go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask him, what is your take on professional only versus over the counter? Not as in quality of the product, but because you're promoting BOBSA, right? That's for the public, but you have both, experience on both realms. So give us your take on, professional only and over the counter.
It's really strange in our industry. The black salons don't retail, and they, Mr. Dudley, when he had his company was at its peak, he got the black salons participating in retailing.
Absolutely.
For some reason, the stylist.
And why do you think that is?
Because he made the stylist feel special. And
no, I'm saying, why do you think black hair salons? Like, I can't imagine having the salon with no retail. I don't know how they do it.
The stylists, most stylists think that which is true, they make their money when they do a style. They can't see their product sitting on the shelf and not doing anything. And plus, they would have to hire someone to take care of the product, to sell it to the customer, And stylists, if they're not trained in beauty school to sell products too, it won't happen.
All right, stylists, are you guys listening? This is for you, okay? So he's saying that it's important, but so selling should be taught early on in the career, because by the time
that's part of your career, absolutely. Because, but go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little excited here. So you feel that if we don't catch them in cosmetology school, it's a harder sale, no pun intended, to get licensed barbers, cosmetologists, nail techs, and estheticians to sell retail.
Yeah, because if you think about it, they're taught to learn how to do hair, not how to sell. But the thing about it, if a salon owner have products, she's gonna make more money. Because the one thing about it, if a client gets in your chair, she'll buy anything you tell her after you finish that style. You could sell her.
I just can't see sending the money to Sally's. I mean, that's just me myself personally. Now,
no, what I'm saying, I said, if the stylists have a client in their chair, and after they complete the service, that customer will buy anything that the stylist suggests.
I concur. I was just saying that the reason why I find myself liking the sales, because I really do like sales now. I just really can't see sending the customer over to Sally's and to, a Korean store when we can have those same things. So I think, now I'm just going to put it out there, Mr. Sam, if you could create something for salon owners, like a little mini version of,
like an ebook or
just like how to do the retail, since I worked in a white salon, so they was like, you gonna sell, So, and I was taught in beauty school to sell. So that is true. They said you have to sell. But I don't know how I could get my fellow cosmetologists and barbers to do what you said, now that you've kind of given us a glimpse into the power that we have after we do that style. So maybe that's something, if your organization is interested, to maybe, like you said, maybe an ebook, something that could help us help other people sell retail, because they don't sell retail. So that is, well, I shouldn't say
we can definitely do that. We can definitely do that. In fact, after I know you sell, so it's you probably don't get that. A customer asks me, well, how can I take care of my hair? What should I use? And they usually tell them, and they say, well, you can find it down to Mr. B's beauty supply stores. They have it.
Oh no!
And let me just say this. I do believe, if we can go back into actually where the root of the issue is because cosmetology, especially when they pursue graduating and becoming a professional hairstylist, they are thinking of the artistic value of their career. And they are trying to get on the platform. And they are trying to, in their careers, they do not connect the dots of one day being a salon owner or even being in salon, how they can make more money by doing less. They are a doing person in their mind, right? They are an artiste, you know what I mean? And so if we could bring down an education process for them to understand that one day that, you're going to get tired of your feet hurt, your back's hurt, and your hands are going to hurt, and you want to make, yeah, and like you said, but in just our conversations, me and Key Low, we have really talked about how important the product aspect of our careers are, because I think that you said once the power of you creating this hairstyle for them, the next natural step is for them to turn around and say, how do I do it? And then boom, I use this, and kind of connect the back bar of salons.
And I think, right. And I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I think now with the economic blackout that's happening, tomorrow, and the goal is to continue this on and on and on. I think your organization now would be a really good time if you did. I know. I see him. I got him. I got you. That is Hair Savant. We got the one and only for you, Mr. Ennon. Mr. Hair Savant is in the chat because we both, like he said, he was taught to sell in cosmetology school, and like him, we couldn't graduate if we didn't know how to do it. But you have an organization that knows both sides. So both, for the consumer, and then you also know it for the professional. So I think it would be a great idea. Now, that if you could put something together and, help the industry out, because it's needed.
Yeah.
It's needed. We don't have anybody to help us. I mean, they use us as what they call like platform artists. I ain't doing that. I'll come and work for you, Mr. N, and if you ask, but I'm not being no platform artist.
You're not being no weekend trade show.
I think it's a place for it, but we need to know more of what you are talking about, because you saw something and you offered a solution, and we think that organizations are kind of stylists are not trusting of organizations like the PBAs no more, because they sold us out in trying to deregulate the industry. But your organization is offering something wonderful and new by way of retail sales, and I just think that would be great. So
that's a great idea. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it could be something, and I don't mind, I'll put it out there, I get on there and talk for your organization, because people trust me. They see it working, but they just don't know how. Like you said, it's a $50,000 to $60,000 to invest, in a beauty supply store. But maybe if you had, like, you could take 250 and how to turn it, something. I don't know. I don't
Let me ask you another
question.
right. Let me ask you another question. If there was, because of course, between myself and Ladosha and a wonderful woman that I'm sure you know, her name is Irker Coleman down in Houston, Texas. She does the Beauty Under One Roof show in Houston, and we have been talking and creating just a professional salon of course, beauty and barber collective. However, and asking you that maybe there is an additional concept salon model that can go under that, and then we could put about 5 to 6 SKUs of a certain particular product, but we can make this an in salon concept salon beauty supply effort, almost like a kiosk. But the point here is that we don't have spaces to talk about certain solutions or micro, or even, because I think the beauty supply store brick and mortar is a macro, but in terms of creating a micro version, and we have a select of brands that fit into that micro hybrid kind of a business model, and I think that also can get the ball rolling as salons, as we represent the professionals, but you represent us in terms of how to create a process of going macro all the way to micro.
Yeah. So he's like, I came on here to do an interview. Y'all to talk me into a whole y'all talking business on the podcast, because y'all thirsty out here. As you can see, it's an untapped market for your organization. And you have this chat is full of licensed professionals. You got Mr. Hair Savant, Tristan Natural. She says her instructor broke it down like this: hair service plus 1, hair service 2, hair service 3, eyebrow arch, and then retail products. So they had like some type of a formula. So so just so you can see, what's happening here. But like we said, as we move back into the economic blackout, what is your suggestions, for us in the industry, and how do we find BOBSA store so that we can make sure on this blackout that we're not going to the Korean stores? Or is that a bad thing? Like, should we not do that because Black owned hair care products are in there? Kind of like Tabitha, she was saying, don't boycott Target because we're going to hurt them. So what is your take on how we should spend these dollars? Should we really do Black owned, or is it okay to go in those stores and just buy Black hair products?
You don't know who's Black or not, as far as the products are concerned.
I'm about to drop the bomb on that. Hold on, Cheryl. Cheryl, can I use this? Wait up. Hold up. Don't say no. Cheryl, can I have permission to use your? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I can do it. Here you go. Right here. Here you go.
Hammer time.
What's up, Black people? What's happening, Blacks? He just told y'all.
You don't know.
Oh, that's why we tried to develop like ABBA, the lady in the circle, the Black lady in the circle. We did we got a logo called the Black lady in the circle, and she's got an afro. And all of the new manufacturers that we work with that Black, they can put the logo on the back of their package. We need to really push identifying Black products on the shelf.
Would you guys, now we do have some hair aficionados in the chat. So Esther, can you sound it off for us? How many people in the chat are hair aficionados? Would you buy a product that had a symbol, like he said, there's a Black face or a silhouette,
Black woman in the circle.
Black woman in a circle. Thank you, Cheryl. How many of you would buy that? That way you would know for sure.
For sure.
The thing about it, you have to put the story behind it. They wouldn't know that that's what that's all about. So we have to tell the story.
What you mean tell the story? Expound on that.
Tell the story, what the lady is all about. That's this product is manufactured by Black people.
Well, here's the thing. Because when you originally did it, Sam, it was about 12 years ago, right?
12 years ago.
Well,
The
I
black,
guess when you first did it.
the black lady in the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And so now we can have and require to have a tag with a QR code so you can just know the story right then.
Right. Exactly. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you are who you are.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now
So,
hold on.
what we
I'm
can
sorry,
do.
Cheryl. I'm sorry. We have Rondo. What's up, Rondo? Over on Instagram, and he's saying absolutely, but most of the white companies bought all of the previous black symbols. Oh,
Yeah, but they diluted the original formula.
so wait, he said that they bought the products, they bought the symbol with it.
He bought when they bought the brand, they bought the physical bodies with the print.
They did not.
That's why he said you don't know who's black. That's what he said. That's why he said.
And then when these white companies buy these brands, they dilute the product. They don't use the same formula as the original creator of the brand.
They say that's not true.
That is true.
Well, and let me just say this: it's 90% true, but the caveat. But when it's like an oil or something, it ain't different. It's just that.
In fact, what they
90% of it.
When Soft Sheen was purchased, they had like 20 different items.
Yeah.
And they brought they hired a lot of the marketing people for Soft Sheen. Then they kept them for 3 or 4 years, and then they fired them. And then Soft Sheen, it's you catch and kill. You know what that is?
Yeah.
No.
Tell us, Cheryl.
No, we don't know. Everybody in the chat, we are all like this. What does catch and kill mean?
Well, it means you buy a company and you keep it for a while, and then you take it. You don't see the shelf anymore.
No, I can't.
And today's
too much.
Only want the followers, because the followers are building these independent mixology brands called Natural Hair Care.
Yeah.
They only want the followers.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily want because in their mind they're going to make you over.
They want the Z.
They want the who?
Z generations.
The Z generations. Okay. Now here we go. Mr. Powers, this for you now, Mr. Ennon. He said, now this is very powerful because now my gears are churning here. I'm salivating at the mouth now. He's over here on Instagram saying, you're correct that they most certainly diluted those products, but they abandoned professional support. So think about this. If you was to really help the industry out and help us, with that retail, we know, according to another stylist, here on the chat, that professional support really matters. And then he said marketing directly to the consumer and ranked the industry. So you can have the right.
You need to do both. The professionals, you know what I mean? They are, and then some consumers like to buy professional products from the stylists. But, you still have the masses, and they are going to buy from the retail stores. They're just not going to come into a salon.
This is true.
So.
Let me just say this, but you were very correct on the fact that I think in the curl era, it was done so tightly because of the organizational and components and the beauty supply component. You had it. But there was one thing you said, though. What was professional, and then the maintenance was into the retail, and that is what the manufacturers did not mind being in terms of fast moving consumer goods or OTC, like a retail chain such as a Rite Aid, CVS, or a Rite, or a Target or a Walmart. The point is, what was professional use only was what created the style.
Right. In fact, let's face it, most of the creation comes from the stylist.
Yeah.
Most of the products and the concept come from the stylist standing behind the chair, mixing products together and calling it something.
Yeah.
We call them kitchen chemists.
Right. Okay. We can get behind those chairs and we start, whoop, 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 whoop. I think this is absolutely. Weekay says, please, guys, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. And again, you are on Planet Pluto Pseudo with your homegirl Ladosha Wright, aka Key Lolo. And then right over there, y'all know who it is. That's right, my BMF, my PNC, my partner in cosmetology, Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle. And we are interviewing the incomparable Mr. Sam Ennon, and he is the founder of BOBSA. And we just already just kind of, schmoozed him into helping us out in the beauty industry because we are missing that income. And I think that we could do this. And all of these hairstylists in the chat, it's like, how many hairstylists in the chat right now would be down for a BOBSA professional version where he could help us with this concept inside our own workspaces?
Right. Yeah.
So let us know.
Okay, Lolo, while you're there, is there any way we can get a little bit of Maggie in there for maybe?
Sure. All right. So now is the time. Okay. So
are you familiar, Mr. Ennon, with Maggie Anderson, the mother of Buy Black in the 2007 era?
Hey, it's a black thing.
All right.
Let's hear from Maggie.
Whoop whoop. Okay. So
and then if you guys wanted to, and you can explain all that.
All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to introduce. Whoops. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, no, I always be messing it up. So let me rewind the tape. All right. So we're going to bring on a little snippet from Miss Maggie Anderson. She is the founder of that term you guys love so much, and she coined the phrase "Black owned." And so she has a little message. I'm going to drop the link in the chat so you all can watch the rest of it after.
Full one, yeah.
The live. So this is a little message to us from Maggie about the economic
just give it about a minute and a half.
Okay, here we go. About a minute and a half. All right, here we go.
In 2009, before Mr. Floyd's murder, before Donald Trump came on the scene, my husband and I took a stand and exclusively lived off Black-owned businesses for an entire year. Major press covered our journey. We were threatened. My mother was dying of pancreatic cancer the whole time. But most importantly, our sacrifice inspired and touched millions all over the world. It was called the Empowerment Experiment. That year changed my life. And since then, I used the entirety of my smarts and strength and spirit to fight for Black-owned businesses and economic empowerment for my community. I wrote my critically acclaimed book, Our Black Year, One Family's Quest to Buy Black in America's Racially Divided Economy. I've spoken and lectured about Black business history, including the economic terrorism Black American entrepreneurs and whole communities endured, our tradition of economic solidarity, and the economic exploitation and injustice that has been ingrained in our society since Dr. King's death.
All right. So there you have it, Miss Maggie Anderson. We will drop her link in the chat so you guys can check out the rest. She has a full, isn't it like 9 minutes, correct, Cheryl?
It's 9 minutes. It is an incredible introduction. She's been on TED Talks. She did this in 2007, the Buy Black movement, very early on in the Y2K era. And she forged ahead.
And we are looking to have her on the show, correct?
Yeah, we are going to try to get her. Well, she was supposed to be here tonight with Sam as well, but she had another engagement that she couldn't break.
Okay, so that's Miss Maggie Anderson, and I'm going to drop
look
that
her
link
up.
in the
Join
chat.
her in her movie, yeah.
Okay. All right. So as we wrap this interview up, what do you foresee for the future, or what can we do more of? So that's two questions. One, what can we do more of to support BOBSA stores? And then what's the next thing that's going to be happening within your organization for people who are opening up beauty supplies, Black-owned beauty supply stores?
Well, what we really need right now is distributors. You see, most of the products come from people that don't look like us. So we really need a major distributor somewhere in the United States to put these products in it so we can start buying from people that look like us. We don't.
Now, when you say distributor, what that?
Okay, when I open up a beauty, I help someone open up a store. All of the products I get, they come from people that don't look like distributors, major distributors. PK International in Chicago, Jenny's in Atlanta, right? And they control all of the products. So when a store opens, they have to get the products from them because they have everything. We need a black distributor like that somewhere in the country. Someone that's going to service these stores to keep the black dollar in the black community. We don't have a black distributor. We used to have them, but we don't have them anymore, and that's what we need.
So when you say distributor, you mean like Miss Clara? Like you need a big company?
No. A distributor is part of the network, part of the. They carry all of the products that you need that you would have in a beauty supply store. They sell everything. They're not whole.
And you would buy your full suit for your store from this distributor. They would fill it up and they would say, okay, you want 2 to 20 units or cases of this, you want 10 cases of that, you want 6 boxes of this hair and this texture and that one, and then they fill you, so you know that your store is going to be packed once you make this purchase, right? You're going to get so many activators and so many this and so many that. That's what he's talking about.
It's the right. And I'm sorry, I forget that people don't know. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's like we thirsty out here. I mean, like Cheryl said, some of us want to do more than just hair. Like I'm feeling this. I'm with Trish. Like we need this education. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's and the thing about it, it's all it is logistics. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Anybody know any ballers? We need some. Anybody know Deion Sanders or LeBron? Hey LeBron, how you doing? We need to be reaching out to all these rappers. What's up, Kanye? Stop messing up all that money. Come over here and help us out over here in this beauty industry, because I don't think a lot of people know that that's an option to have a large distribution. Because I mean, we talked about that with Tabitha. And people were saying that she could do this whole warehouse thing. But I don't think we realized, I mean, I'm with Trish, like, wow, like we just didn't know. We just kind of assumed it was already there. But you're saying that that's not.
It was there, but it was built by an era of the curl. And it's easier to build it when the manufacturers are manufacturing the hottie. When it's the hottie, and everyone has to, they're forced to be able to get it from, the
Blank. You remember Blankenship, right?
Of course.
That was a black manufacturer, and they were big.
Yeah,
they were.
And between, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, and just between that 20 years, okay, because we even had the Afro, and then when the relaxer, we even had the relaxer. Until it turned into maybe about 1992 and 93, and everybody started getting a little weird with, the hair loss and then weaves and blah, 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 then locks, and then it turns and morphs into the 2000 season. But we do, I do the education that Trish is talking about. I think we don't talk about just the infrastructure of how it was.
I don't think a lot of Black people who want to open a business even knew that what you're talking about, Mr. Ennon, was an option. I think we just have this understanding that you just buy it all from Chinese. Y'all know I'm from the project, right? So leave me alone. So we just kind of think you just buy everything from them. We didn't realize that this is a viable business and legitimate, and that we could support and buy that because we buy so much. But what do you say to people like, no, don't do it? Because when I did the documentary on Dr. Morrow, Miss Betsy was saying that companies were complaining that hairstylists are not loyal. So what do you say to that?
Oh, that's that. No. They are very loyal.
I love you. Give me your pinky toe. I keep trying to tell y'all.
No, boy.
That's what they say about us.
If they can get behind a product, boy, and they can swear by it.
That's right. And let me ask you a question. Do you think that we do need a wave? Yeah. And one of our biggest supporters and one of the smartest women in the industry, her name is Yate. She says, I'm sure didn't know this.
I'm telling you, none of us. We are all. You have probably 90% of people in the chat were all licensed professionals. How is it that we work in a hair salon and we were just under the assumption that you just buy the stuff from the Chinese? Like you get your professional products from like Cosmo Prof, you know.
Well, but if you say something long enough, it'll become truth.
Yep. And our excuse.
And by the way, they're not Chinese. They're Koreans.
I'm just, I said I'm from the project.
Because the Koreans don't like the Chinese and the Chinese don't like the Koreans.
Right.
So they're Koreans.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
It's a totally different culture. And let me ask you a question. Do you believe that if we had an iPhone, a version of the iPhone, let's say or organic, to where we could texture transition from a silk press, even from a curl, or we had some other process that we could get salons, professional salons on, and a just another wave of innovation, new shampoos, new this, new that, whatever.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. And if we had our iPhone, right, that with that particular term, and propel it, could we create that distribution warehouse that you're talking about at that point?
Yes.
Come on, let me drop the
because we can also do a virtual store, which I have been working on. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, we can go on and on. All
right. So let me ask you a question. I will call you. And we need to. No, I'm serious, because at the end of the day, it just doesn't make sense, and for me, and I'll just be able to just say it. It just doesn't make sense for me to sit on formulas and sit on things that I can contribute, and with my colleagues like Ladosha and yourself, and we lost him.
He'll come back. Don't worry. There he is.
I'm sorry. That was the guy.
You got a call. Yeah,
I got a call, and
okay. We got 2 more minutes.
We got 2 more minutes. But anyway. But we just need to get going, and I think that the time is.
I like that idea because this new generation, we can use the technology for what we're trying to achieve and get it done quicker.
Yeah. And let me just tell you this. This is what we did. There's an organization called the Beauty and Barber Collective, and we host an event called Fête du Jour. It's the day party. And what we do is we invite licensed professionals to come out to this event, and they have QR codes. And we ask the companies to give us the latest technology. So big ups to blackhair.com. They sent over some flat irons from H2 Pro, and then Rev Air sent over the reverse hair dryer. They scanned the QR code, no sales, no data mining, no nothing. So here's a little clip that you can watch and see what we're trying to do in the beauty industry, because we need to be a part of BOBSA in some capacity. So here is the Fête du Jour Cleveland style. Bam! What's happening, good people? It's me, your homegirl Ladosha, Wright, aka Key Lola. Now, y'all know my crazy butt is still vibing off the synergy in the industry. That's right. The Fête du Jour day party, that is, was thebomb.com. The exchange of information was off the Richter scale, but there was one thing I found interesting, and that is there was not one Google Scholar, nor not one student of YouTube University was in the house. Nope, they were not there. They wasn't invited to the party anyway. We had DJ Danny on the ones and twos getting it in. We also had access to Rev Air's reverse air technology. It was the bomb. Give it a try. Everybody was like, oh my God, the thing actually works. We also had blackhair.com's H2 Pro flat irons. That was a scene stealer. I'm telling you, the technology on those H2 Pro flat irons, you know what? I'm going to cop me a pair. Another good thing about the event, there was no gimmicks, no dynamiting, no, networking, no pressure to collect like email addresses. We didn't do any of that because we understand in this industry, there are only two ways to play the game of hair, skin, and nails. That is play to win or play not to lose. If you want to host, right.
Yep.
So there you have it. So that is what we're doing here.
Great.
Because the industry is changing. So we're doing these little boutique events, inviting professionals to come out like a each one teach one. And we need to be promoting BOBSA at these events and need to learn more. Yeah.
Or at least allowing you to, and I'm even willing to volunteer myself to making sure that you do that ebook into us. We need to understand the process. We don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. And we got so much rich history, that we just didn't pass it on.
Yeah.
Gotta
do that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're going to, and we thank you so much for your time. We know you're like, you're way ahead of us. We want to partner with you in some capacity. I know Cheryl will make sure that we can make that happen. Everybody in the chat is like absolutely loving you and what you have shared with us today. There are no words, well, tonight rather, to thank you, everybody. Everybody over on Instagram. We appreciate your time. We have to have you. Of course, you've got to come back for sure. And so to show, we're gonna post a lot about the event. So just stick around, and we're gonna keep doing it. And what's happening, what I think you would like to know, what happened with the Fête du Jour, Mr. Sam, is that another barber stepped up and said, "I want to host it." You see, and so they even said they want to do an award. You see that, Cheryl? The next one, they want to give out awards to hairstylists. So it's already starting to create its own synergy. And that's what I said, synergy in the industry. So we need your support, and we need to be a part of what you have to offer, because everybody in the chat, we were all like, we had no clue of any of the information that you share with us tonight. And we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Is there any last word to the wise or anything about this blackout that you think we should be doing again to help support those Black-owned beauty supply stores in tomorrow's economic blackout? Should boycott or buy? What do you say?
Connect the black dots. That's all you need to do. Connect the black dots. Y'all got that? Yeah. That's a very simple. I'm with you. Oh wow. Cheryl, any closing thoughts on this? Was a dynamic. We appreciate you guys some dynamic build. So Cheryl.
Well, I think I'm going to step up, because these are my dear friends. But most importantly, it just makes so much sense for me to be able to even call you. We talk and say, "Ooh, Sam Ennon. Ooh, Lafayette Jones. Ooh," and while these wonderful mentors are here, and maybe I just need to do a better job of pulling them in, because these are my father's relationships.
Yeah, they are.
They're not my relationships. I have just cultivated them.
Can you see all the people that are coming through the chat and how they want to help us? You got Trish saying, and the folks that wasn't invited, we can help spread the word. Look at all this love you got.
Miss Trish, that's what I'm talking about, Miss Trish.
I'm sorry. One last one. Look at this one. She's got a diverse background in pharmaceutical sales. Look at this.
See, come on,
Sam, let us see it.
Wait a minute. I want to say something. All because Trump made y'all black folks get off.
I'll
That's
get
why
it in
my
a minute.
daddy
Yeah.
always say he loved when white folks kick our ass because that's when black folks get black.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
good.
Go ahead. See, now we got really qualified, fabulous people.
Ask Tim Scott.
Ask Tim Scott. Oh, he's good tonight. Connect the black dots. We got some jewels up in here. I'm with you. I'm gonna put that up here. Connect the black dots. Okay, sure. Was that your message for us tonight as we wrap this up?
And make sure that because blackout sometimes allows us to think about the treasure in when we walk in, we work hard and we walk in a store. And for sometimes we need a period in time to just stop and think and say, are you worthy of my dollar? And
Well, you know something that's key?
Yeah.
The word blackout.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Did y'all hear that? He's like, he real slick with it, y'all. You know what's key? The word blackout. Come on, y'all. We can do this. All right. Connect the black dots. We are going to be back here on Monday, beginning our series again over on the dumbest shit that people say about black hair. We're going to start it off with the scalp. Remember, the whole month of March is all about what did the natural hair movement teach us about scalp care. And then we will be back here on Planet Pluto Pseudo every first Thursday. Is Dr. Joy Scott. She is the official
for that scalp.
All right, so she is the official holistic wellness nutritionist here on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. Mr. Sam, we are going to be like the children that you never knew you had.
Oh boy,
that
must be a nightmare.
We're going to be some well-behaved. We're going to be some well-behaved, they say, well, you know about that. All right. Okay, guys, you know what we say when we're signing out. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. And my closing is good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. All right. Thank you so much, Sam. We will be in touch. Thank you so much, Cheryl. You guys are the best.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Planet Pluto.